Hi all, I'm Madi. I don't know if you saw any of my past videos, but I'm new to YouTube channel. I am a 63-year-old woman who was terminated from her position, and I decided to just after they terminated me to pick up and just move to Spain for 2 months. So that's where I'm at now. It's been 2 weeks so far since I've been here, but I wanted to share with you some of the tour guides that I've been on. Some were great. One was fantastic. One was horrible, which was yesterday, which I'll talk about a little later. But I wrote things down so I would not forget. The first one I went to was Cordoba, Spain, day trip, and Mosque-Cathedral, which was 8.5 hours. Amazing. It was a guided tour through the Jewish quarter and Mosque-Cathedral. They also provided you with free time. The woman was very knowledgeable, and I would definitely recommend this one. I got it through Get Your Guide app. It was a very, 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 I would go back. Let's just put it that way. The other trip that I went to was Ronda and Setenil de la Bodegas, which was a 10-hour trip. And in Setenil de la Bodegas, they had some of the whitewash homes that were built right into the actual rocks. It was so cool. I never saw anything like it. It was a beautiful village and very picturesque. The other one in Ronda is in the same trip that I had with Setenil de la Bodegas. Ronda, you get to see churches, mini palaces, and Spain's oldest bull ring, an old palace with gardens, a view of the Tagus Bridge. They allowed you to tour on your own and then meet up later, and that was also a great tip and very, very picturesque, beautiful. I still have Granada Alhambra tour and trip to Seville with visit to the cathedral. I am going on Tuesday to Malaga. I'm going to take the train because it's only 22 minutes from here to see the Picasso and a museum and the cathedral. I picked an excellent location without even knowing what I was going to pick as far as Airbnb. This Airbnb is only like a minute or so from the city center, and then about 2 minutes or so to the actual train station. So it's like the perfect location. I couldn't have picked it any better. And then the host of this Airbnb has also been amazing. Susana Gracia. She has been giving me information of where to go, what to do, things like that. And then I have, different questions to ask her, and she's been answering everything. She has been fantastic. Anyhow, if you want to see any of my photos on those trips, you can always visit my Instagram page at Madis_Travels. Madi is MADIS_Travels. So you'll be able to see those pictures of those trips that I have taken there. Now, my Morocco trip from yesterday. It was with a tour guide and lunch, and it was 17 hours. After getting through customs and their ferry, we went to a city called Tetuan. The activity on the app said, see the Royal Palace or Khalifa Palace, the Archaeological Museum, and the Center of Modern Art. So you're expecting to actually see these places, like go inside, but that's not what happened. What they should have said is he'll point to them at a distance, say a few things on them, and then move on, because that's what happened. It was so disappointing, and I was not the only person to be disappointed from this trip. Further down on the description, then it said you'll stop outside those areas, but it was nothing like you really expected it to be. If you saw videos on Morocco, it looked so beautiful, but you didn't get to see anything on this trip. We also stopped at the market, which was another joke. The market it has 7 entrances apparently, and he put us in like group. We couldn't do anything on our own. He put us in like group, two people per following each other type thing. And when you went in the market, it was just like chaotic. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I mean, even if you wanted to stop and buy an orange, you couldn't even do that because they were walking so fast and you would have lost the group. So you just kind of it was kind of like rush through. Just walk through the one section and then you're out. And then after that, we went to have a nice lunch at a restaurant, which was nice. And then, you know, they had people playing music that you had to tip and this, that, and the other. Also, as far as shopping goes, that's another joke. The shopping. You would think you would go into like souvenir shops and this and that and buy, you know, little things to remind you of your trip to Morocco and stuff like that. But the places, he told us, they don't have any souvenir shops there. But he can take us to 3 places. I think what it is, you know, they get a commission from whatever people buy at these locations. That's basically what it is. So he told us, oh, I'm going to take you to 3 places, you know, that you can, you know. One was a place that we stopped us. We had to literally sit there and listen to this presentation from this person. He talked about the plants and what they do for your health and your skin and all this other stuff, this whole thing. And then he started selling all his products. People were just kind of like sitting there like, what are we doing here? You know, some people bought some stuff, but others were just like, you know, let's move on type thing. So it was kind of a little frustrating because they were trying to make it feel like you didn't have to buy anything, but they kind of like made you feel like you did type thing, you know? So the next place he took us to a rug place. I mean, we had to sit there through another presentation of rugs and how they make them. Then this guy came and he was just like unrolling. He had to unroll like 20 to 30 rugs of different sizes. And then after he did that, it was basically like, okay, which ones are you guys gonna buy type thing. Nobody seemed interested. We were just sitting there like, come on, you know, let's go. So after a while, the tour guide noticed nobody was saying they're gonna buy anything. So he said, does anybody plan to buy anything? He says, if you're not gonna buy anything, he goes, just walk out the door to the right. I swear everybody got up and walked out the door to the right because nobody was interested. We didn't want, this was not what we planned. You know, we wanted to see Morocco. We wanted to buy something to remind us we were there, you know, stuff like that. None of that took place. Then he took us to another place, the last place. It was a store with like expensive brass things, items and stuff like that. Nobody was interested in that either. So it was like, we didn't even stay long there. And then it was time to get back on the bus, go back on the ferry, go through customs and go back to Spain. And that was the trip. I mean, it was a waste of time. And you know, it was just like, I can't believe I spent the day like this. I can't even get this day back. You know, it was a full day. I was at the bus station like at 6:30, which is just right across the Airbnb. That's another good thing. All these tours that I'm taking is right across the street. It's like a minute away. I just cross the street and the station's there. And then the other station is 2 minutes away that I've had to catch as far as the bus goes. And it's just like so convenient where I'm at. I'm just so thankful I chose this place. But anyhow, I left at 6:30 in the morning yesterday and got home after midnight. A wasted day and a wasted trip. Today, I'm not going on a tour, but I am going to be going to another little town next to me, which is about a 10-minute walk from here, for Christmas lights. They're going to have Christmas lights in about 4 more hours. So they're going to do something with crochet. I don't know what it is, but I guess it's a yearly thing. I'm going to read up on it before I go. And then on Tuesday, I'll be, like I said, going to check out the Picasso Museum and the cathedral in Malaga. So I will keep you guys posted on my other tours and let you know if they're a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something out of it, and I hope that you decide to go and do something, go somewhere, just go. Like I said, if your feet don't move, if you don't move your feet, they don't move. So move your feet. All right, peace. See you in the next video.